All right, guys, welcome back to Authentic Alphas. Once again, we're going to have another extremely knowledge-packed, useful video. All right, so this one is going to be about why you are not getting any success on dating apps. Now, pay attention. I said why you're not getting any success. All right. Now, anybody that's familiar with me, familiar with my content, knows that I'm extremely irritable. I'm extremely frustrated. And it's because I hate to see the state of the manosphere right now. It's in shambles. And one of the things that are really pissing me off is the type of information and advice that's being given. Everything's like, super definitive. Everything is black and white. Don't date single mothers. Don't use dating apps. Only Chads and Tyrone get women. It's unbelievable how either left or right, up or down, black or white, everything is. There's no gray area being presented in the manosphere. And guess what? Gray area is where game lives. That's where game lives, okay? The in-between where you are and where you want to be. In between what you have and what you want. That's the gray area, guys, okay? So what happens with that is now I hear nothing but a bunch of viewers and subs just constantly saying a bunch of negative ass Nancy shit. It's really pathetic and depressing. Everything is, oh, I'm 5'7", I'll never get girls. Oh, I live with my mom, I can't get laid. Oh, I'm not making 100 grand a year, so I'm a low value man, no woman wants me. That's the product of the information that's being given in the manosphere right now. And that's not reality, guys. It's not reality. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to the internet space and all this shit you guys got going on. That means I've been boots on the ground my whole life. I've been seeing it in real life. I've been doing it in real life. And when I say doing it, I'm not talking about me, 5'10", muscular, handsome, with a squarish jaw. I'm not talking about that's what I've been doing. I'm talking about I've been taking men in the position of the average guy, okay, with the whole I'm 5'7" and I live in my mom's basement and I don't make a lot of money. I've been taking those guys and getting better results my entire adult life. When I was 13, 14, 15, I was encouraging the guys around me to talk to girls, get their numbers, and it was working. When I was a little jit going to the roller skating ring and guys were shy and didn't want to get on the floor and didn't want to talk to girls, didn't want to go buy her a soda and mix the graveyard and get their first kiss, I was the guy saying, you could do it, bro. You could do it, bro. And we were getting it done. So I'm not going to let somebody on the internet tell me or you that you can't get better results. Every little commercial I hear, it's some guy selling you a fucking dream. Come join my seminar and it's a guy who himself doesn't have game. A guy who himself doesn't fucking get girls. He has to pay and do all this behind the scenes shit to make it look like he's getting girls. And there's all these chumps out there. Yeah, that's what I said. You guys are chumps because you're acting like chumps. The guys that I'm talking to, you guys are chumps. The guys that are buying these stupid ass programs and all of this and nothing's changing for you. You're just hearing the same information all over again. Female nature and female psychology and all this stuff that's not helping you. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't exist because I understand that shit, but I use it to make it work for me and the guys that I'm counseling. So today, this video is probably gonna air before this video that I'm making right now, but today on this Monday, I have a guy who I worked with way back in 2017 finally do a live with me and give a testimonial on how much my consultations have changed his life. I didn't get on YouTube until 2020, guys, the end of 2020, right? So, the end of 2021, right? So obviously this guy I'm talking about is before I was on YouTube. So like I said, that's why I got on YouTube, is because I've been helping guys long before there was YouTube. Okay, and this guy is married now. He lives in Mexico, he's married now, and I advised him on the entire process because I don't just repeat female nature to you. I explain to you how it applies to your personal situation and how you can make some minor to major adjustments to get the results you want. All right, so let's move on with today's content, or this moment's content, because it's the third, or actually fourth video that I'm going to record today. Even though they're telling me you're putting out too much content, Ayindei, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not prioritizing monetizing and all this other kind of stuff. That's going to come later. I'm concerned with getting you guys some results because this shit is just pathetic what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. All these giving up and all this naysayer mentality is just unbelievable. So what I'm addressing today is the dating apps. Not because I think they're the best way to get girls, because I keep telling you guys, take shit like that out of your mouth. There is no best way. There is no this or that. You maximize any and everything at your disposal. That's like being on the basketball court and saying, what's the best type of shot to take? What? The type of shot that goes in. That's the best type of shot to take. What's the best type of pass to throw? The pass that connects to your teammate so that he can score a touchdown. What the fuck? So dating apps aren't better than talking to girls in person. Talking to girls in person isn't worse than DMing a girl. It's whatever you can make work and how you make it work. So make everything work. Some things might work better for you than others. It's not because that way works better than the other way. It's because you're not as good at that way. Some people, DMing is going to be better for them. Some people talking to girls in person is going to be better for them. It's not the actual way of doing it that's better or worse. It's how that particular person is executing it. All right, anyhow, I got a fucking friend that pulls bad bitches on Twitter. I wouldn't know the first thing about trying to get a girl on Twitter. All right, so it doesn't really matter is my point. So anyhow, I'm gonna address the dating app thing because all the videos in the manosphere about dating apps are all redundant. It's all basically saying, if you're not a Chatter Tyrone, you have no hope on a dating app. You have no hope on a dating app if you're not Chatter Tyrone. Girls only go for looks. That's the only way. That's the only thing. It has to be looks. Black pill, black pill, black pill, black pill. It's unbelievable. Well, guess what? I'm not talking from my perspective as a good-looking guy that has success on Tinder, because I have phenomenal success on Tinder. I'm talking about the guys that I've helped go from getting nothing on Tinder to getting laid frequently on Tinder. And the guy that moved to Mexico was one of those guys. So before he moved to Mexico, like he went to Mexico for a couple of reasons. I'll let him tell his own story. But him moving to Mexico was not because he couldn't get laid here in Miami, because once he linked up with me, he started getting laid in Miami. He wasn't. He had nothing coming in on Tinder, nothing coming in on person, nothing coming in on the internet, nothing coming in from Instagram or anything like that. The guy I'm talking about was 52 years old at the time. He's like going on 56 now, all right? So I'm just gonna go through some of the ways that I helped him, but before I do that, I'm gonna point out some of the things that you guys are doing wrong, because he actually was doing he's doing pretty much all these things I'm about to name, and I'm noticing with the consults that I'm getting, like the guys that I'm counseling one-on-one, when we get on the topic of online dating, I notice these guys are making all the mistakes that he and other guys that I have helped in the past are making. So it's like textbook to me. It's like easy. It's like, okay, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make this happen. So I figured I'd share it with you, instead of being greedy and saying, oh no, fuck you, you got to pay me to hear it. I'm going to tell it to you guys. And if you want the one-on-one, which you should get, then we can take it from there, and I'll hold your damn hand to the bedroom, and then I'll leave you alone with the girl that you got off of Tinder by doing what I told you to do. All right? So let's just get into some of the things that you guys, ooh, this girl's sending me a real nasty message. You see? And I didn't meet her on Tinder. I met her in real life, but I could have easily met her on Tinder too, guys. Would have been the same result if you follow the steps that are gonna work for you and make the adjustments that need to be made. So what I told some of my clients to do was just go ahead and, send me some screenshots and shit of their Tinder profiles and Bumble and all that other crap, because I don't hold on to other people's shit. So I'm not gonna share the actual images, but I'm gonna read some of the profiles, I guess, or just go over what these guys are saying wrong in their profile. All right, so I'll give you an example. This guy is saying, this is what's in his bio. I love to travel. I love MMA and kickboxing. I'm a huge health nerd. I lived in several continents and would love to exchange travel stories and hopefully make some new ones. Madrid was my favorite place I've been. He put a fucking paragraph in Spanish. Then he put, I'm looking for someone I can be completely honest with and give me back the same. Okay, now from top to bottom, this whole thing, trash, okay? I would say put gasoline on it and burn it, but gas is really expensive these days. But nonetheless, trash. Okay, I love to travel. That's probably the only thing he put in there that's remotely going to be useful to him attracting women. The whole MMA, kickboxing bullshit, if you're not an MMA champion, if you don't actually do MMA and fight and punch people in the face and have a bunch of tattoos, no, don't mention that. Okay, don't mention I love football. I love watching the Super Bowl. If you don't actually play football, if you weren't actually a football champion in high school, if you weren't MVP, if you didn't play college ball, okay, do not mention shit that you don't participate in. I'm just being honest with you guys. Girls don't care about your hobbies, okay? Everybody get out a pen and pad, because I'm not putting this shit in the notes. Everybody get out a pen and pad and write this shit down if you need to remember it, because this is how it works. I'm just keeping it real with you. Girls do not care about your hobbies. Absolutely not. Even guys they're attracted to, they don't give a shit about your hobbies. So you guys putting this shit in here is pointless. Just like you reading her profile is also pointless. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. I lived in several continents. Okay, that's sort of kind of useful in a way. It does kind of help to show that you've traveled around, but he counteracts all of that by sounding like a desperate dude later on. Because in order for you living in a lot of other places to have mattered, you would have to have been successful in those places. You being on a dating app, you are already putting yourself at a disadvantage in the girl's eyes, because guys tend to be on dating apps because they're desperate, whereas women tend to be on dating apps because they're trying to maximize their options and they're lazy. And they make bad dating choices and they just like attention. There's a whole list of reasons. But guys tend to, majority of them, be on dating apps because they are lonely, they're not getting girls, they're having terrible success in the real world. And then there's that small 20% of guys that's on dating apps because they get great success and they're just trying to maximize and get quick, easy sex. I was one of those guys. I wasn't on dating apps because I had a hard time meeting women. I was on dating apps because I wanted to be able to control where I met the women based on where I was traveling and maximizing my time, because I knew that I would be able to close the deal. So it's one extreme or the other is what I'm trying to tell you guys, because I know you're thinking, oh, you're over-explaining it. I'm not, because guys aren't fucking getting it. So I want you to understand why these things matter. So on dating apps, guys tend to be there because of one extreme or the other. You're either getting no ass or you're getting plenty of ass. There's very few guys on dating apps because of some type of in-between, whereas women are just on dating apps in general. So anyhow, the Madrid thing was my favorite. Again, girls don't care. They don't care about your favorite color. They don't care about your favorite ice cream flavor. They don't give a fuck about your hobbies. So stop putting shit like that in there, guys, unless it's things that you excel in and dominate. I can put bodybuilder in my profile. I love bodybuilding because I'm a champion bodybuilder. That's the only way it's gonna be of any relevance to her, is if you're a winner at that thing. Women wait at the finish line. We know this already. So stop telling her you're interested in things that you're not a winner in. Doesn't work in your benefit. Then all the Spanish stuff that he put there, what's the point of that? If you're trying to let her know you speak Spanish, just put that you speak English and Spanish in your bio. You don't write a paragraph in Spanish. You're trying too hard to impress a girl you haven't even met yet, because these are all strangers now. Girls can pick up on that. They can pick up on that you're trying too hard, which means you're used to failure, so you're trying to overcompensate. Again, pay attention to what I'm telling you. There's a reason why these things matter, and I'm noticing these similarities across the board in what guys are putting in their profiles, and those are the guys that aren't getting any success. Guys think that they have to actually put something there. If you look at my fucking Tinder and my profile, I always put a minimum of information. There's usually like nothing actually there. There's a reason for that. I'm looking for someone I can be completely honest with. Don't ever say no shit like that to a woman. What that sounds like is, who hurt you? That's what that sounds like. Who cheated on you? Who lied to you? Who was manipulating you? What women were playing the shit out of you? That's what that says to women, is that when you interact with women, you're not in control. You're not the head. You're not the lead. You're the one following. You're the one reacting to her behavior, and you're the one getting fucked over. I'm just being honest with you guys. That's what that shit says to women, right? That you're emotional, and that you're the one that's getting your feelings hurt when you deal with women. Women want guys that hurt women's feelings. They don't want guys that get hurt by women. This should be kind of common sense. Well, what we keep hearing being repeated in the manosphere. Girls want bad boys, right? They want guys that are toxic, right? They want guys that treat them bad, right? They want guys that break their heart, right? So what would be the opposite of what they want? What they don't want, which is nice guys that just give honesty and want honesty back. So if that's you, don't tell women that that's you, okay? All right, we're gonna move on to some other people's stuff. But before I leave, I'm gonna go over something that I already fixed for this particular guy. His pictures were terrible. He had pictures where like he had no facial expression. Okay, so he was looking sad in his pictures. That's a lot of things that you guys do. It's one extreme or the other. You either look sad and lonely, or you look overly happy, like some, I don't even know what to call it, but it's gonna be something negative and derogative to shake you guys up. Because I want you guys to look at your profile and be like, damn, is Ayindei talking about me? Because it obviously didn't dawn on you, or you wouldn't have put it there. So when I point it out, now you have to go and be like, damn, he was roasting the shit out of that. Let me see, is that me? Do I have a goofy ass, overly happy smile? Yes, that is you, isn't it? That picture doesn't fucking work for you. That doesn't work for you, bro. It doesn't, all right? You either have to have a genuinely cool, laid back smile, or you have to have some type of sexy facial expression. Images matter. An image has 100 words or 1,000 words or whatever. Another thing guys were doing was they constantly had useless pictures, just pictures of themselves. And I know that's what you're thinking, but wait, that's what it's there for, to put pictures of myself in the profile so the girl knows what I look like, right? No, bro. If you want to have success, it needs to be a lot more than that. Every picture needs to actually say something, something of value, something concise, something strong, right? So if you have a picture and you're like on a boat, still, a lot of things have to be in place. What type of boat? What angle is it? What's in the background? A lot of guys have pictures on a balcony. What the fuck are you saying? Is there actually a view behind you? Is the picture professional, with a professional camera, or at least a 4K phone camera? Is the lighting right? Is your body posture right? What the fuck are you wearing? Then there's guys that got pictures on Tinder with like their mom. Fail. Picture with their nieces and nephew. Fail. Like you guys are trying to make some type of connection with these women through pictures. It's not gonna work with you doing that type of stuff. Women don't care about that type of shit until they know you and they're with you. So as far as being picked out of a catalog of tons of guys, do you think she's gonna pick the guy with the goofy ass smile, with the picture in a location of no significance, wearing an outfit that doesn't show any kind of style, any type of fashion sense? It's not, oh, but I was in a suit. Yes, but how was your suit fitted? How did the suit look? What was the color? Was it really suave? Did you look like the transporter? Or did you look like some goofy guy going to work to sit at a desk all day? Again, guys, these things matter, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you is I've taken guys that aren't the best looking guys in the world, but I've maxed all these things. I've maxed all these things and made it work, all right? The idea is not to show anything that's gonna turn a girl off, and show things that give you a fighting chance, all right? So yeah, so all his pictures, like pretty much, they have a background that's just like, ugh, you're not saying anything to the girl, nothing stands out, nothing's gonna catch her. Let me check out another guy's stuff. All right, so this guy had a few things that needed to be tightened up on. All right, so he has a picture here. This particular guy's Jewish, so he had a picture here. He's a white guy that's Jewish, but he has a picture with 3 black guys that are Jewish, and they have like, I guess their cultural, garb or whatever. Now here's the thing: those pictures mean nothing to a woman. In fact, it's like confusing. Like, what are you trying to say, that Black Lives Matter? Like, what are you trying to say, that you're not racist? It's a pointless picture, bro. It's not gonna help you get laid, is what I'm trying to say. So he has his name, his age, he's 33. He has an MBA, no children, works in finance, former military officer, grew up in Hawaii / France. Now, all of that is good. And to be honest with you, that should be all he put. You don't need to put anything else other than that. But he did. So next thing, he has all his hobbies and all the things he likes: athletics, martial arts, all that kind of stuff. Again, no point in putting that there. If you're not like doing MMA and putting guys in chokeholds and fucking guys up on some kind of competitive level, there's no point in putting that there. You put athletics, if you're not overly athletic looking, it's not gonna matter to women. I'm telling you right now, girls don't care if you're athletic if you don't look athletic. So stop listing all those hobbies. It's not gonna matter. It's like putting that you're a gamer and that you skateboard on the weekends and you play golf on Sundays. Like, I'm trying to be real with you guys. They're not gonna care. All right, so he has here 5'11". I probably would have just left that at 6 foot. G shit. You guys are like, oh, you shouldn't lie though. What's the point of lying? Because what happens when you meet her and you're not actually 6 foot? If you're 5'11", just put your 6 foot, bro. I don't even want to go into explaining the rebuttal some of you guys have, bro. As if women are completely honest, and when you meet them and you notice that something's not what they said it is, like you pack up and leave. Yeah, right. Just put an inch taller than you fucking are, guys. Okay? Jesus Christ. He put active in grade school. He drinks socially, smokes socially. Do not put that you smoke socially, guys. Don't put that shit. Don't answer the question, bro. Just ignore it. I'm gonna explain to you why in a second. He put that he wants a relationship. You do not tell a girl you're looking for a relationship, nor do you type it in any type of bio or profile. That's the same as you're not the first person in the relationship to bring up commitment. You do not do it, guys, under any circumstances. You let a woman ask you these questions. You don't volunteer this information on a bio, and you don't fucking volunteer this information to women that you meet. You let them bring up that subject, you let them question you about that, and then you gauge your response. Okay? It makes you look weak, needy, pathetic, and undesirable. Because what it says is you do not have so many quality options is why you're ready to settle down in theory. Think about that for a second. Let me make it real easy for you fucking guys, all right? And I'm gonna keep talking like this because you see my hat, I'm from fucking New York. Get used to it and make some goddamn changes and adjustments. Because I'm tired of guys complaining about my delivery like a bunch of bitches. I'm gonna tell you right now why this matters. I'm gonna give you an analogy. Imagine a girl that puts on a profile just looking for sex. I'm just looking to fuck. I'm just looking to hook up. That's what I'm looking for, to fuck, to hook up. Doesn't sound good, guys, does it? But that wouldn't sound so bad if she was talking to a guy and a guy got on the subject of sex and hooking up or whatever, and she said, well, listen, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I'm not trying to be tied down. You know, I'm single, and if I like a guy and blah, 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 you know, I would love to have somebody that I could just have really good sex with, no strings attached. See how that comes off a hell of a lot better? And it makes that particular guy feel a little bit more special and unique. Like, okay, yeah, well, let's see if we can hold a vibe, and maybe, you know, we can match on that level. But for her to just throw that in a profile and a bio for everybody to see, it's a little bit of a turnoff, bro. Well, it's the same thing with a guy. If you're just putting in your shit, oh, I'm looking for a relationship, looking for a real strong connection. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, doesn't look good, bro. Looks pathetic. But if she asks you about it and you get on the subject and you say, you know what? I've had a lot of fun. I've enjoyed myself. I've done the casual thing. It's honestly really not that fulfilling. And if I'm being honest, I would like somebody that's just mine and that we could build something and we can have a strong connection and relationship. Sounds a lot better, doesn't it? All right, guys, write this shit down. All these little changes are going to give you way more of an advantage of what you're working with. You don't have to be Mr. 6'2", great looking, chisel jaw, make a whole lot of money. All you got to do is put forth a better presentation than what you already are, so you can go from what results you're getting to better results. That's what matters. You're not going to get better results than me, but you're going to get better results than you. All right. Then he put want someday with the children thing. Yeah, there's really nothing wrong with that. That's pretty much neutral. Then he put his sign in here. He's a Gemini. That's good. We know women care about that type of shit. Then he put his like political stuff in here. I wouldn't have done that. He put that he was Jewish. I wouldn't have done that. And he put that he's vaccinated. I wouldn't have done that. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. All right, so I'm gonna tell you what I told him when he put that there, and I had him change it immediately. And yes, he is getting more matches now. Okay, so this is what I told him when he initially sent this to me. I was like, based on the couple photos, these are the first 4 things I would have done differently. Only photos with professional cameras, crop centered symmetrically. The headshot photo needs to be taken in an angle that makes your jawline appear wide and square. He took the picture from the angle that actually makes his jaw look smoother and smaller. I met this guy in person. He actually has a better jaw in real life than he does in his pictures. Why? Because of the angle in which he took it. So it's important that you pay attention to angles. Now, think for a second, guys. You know who pays very close attention to angles? Women. Women are all about the angles when they take their pictures. That's why they always look better on Instagram than they do in real life. That's why whenever you take a picture with a girl, she's always trying to adjust herself. Like, hold on, this is my good side. This is my this is my angle. Because they actually practice taking pictures. Women put a ton of effort into taking pictures. Now, does it pay off? Yes. To us, we think it's a waste of time to take 100 pictures to only pick one. But that one that she chooses is a thirst trap, isn't it? It gets guys interested. It gets guys hitting her up. It gets her options. The more I get into this field, is the more I realize that it's inverted. What the women are doing is what the guys should be doing. And what the guys are doing is what the women should be doing. The women keep telling me, I'm focusing on myself, I'm focusing on my career. And I'm like, the guys keep focusing on women. And the women focusing on their career. I'm like, it should be reversed. The women should be focusing on trying to get a quality man, and the men should be focusing on building themselves in their career. Shit is crazy to me, bro. It's anyhow. The next thing I said to him is, profile needs to be more sexy, confident, and intriguing. What you have is all things to mention, but worded too formal. All right, that's another thing a lot of you guys do. You guys write out a profile or a bio, either like a needy little man baby that wants a mommy, or like somebody that's applying for a job at a corporation. It's like either way too professional or it's way too sensitive. Also, the photos you sent are meaningless to women. There's no information or message in these pictures that women are interested in. That's true. A lot of you guys take and post pictures that women don't give two shits about. Also, don't ever tell women you're looking for a relationship in print or in words. Don't mention things like you're vaxxed or you smoke if they didn't ask. With women, the less info, the better. Just let them wonder until they ask. When you give too much information, especially on the website, before you even meet them, they will make their own interpretation and decision without having to actually meet you to make that decision. Therefore, you're increasing the chances of you getting eliminated in her making a different choice. Remember, women are looking for specifics and narrowing down their options. Men are looking to increase their options. It's not the same mindset. Learn how to understand how they think. It's nothing like how we think. So many of you guys, bro, the mindset is what fucks you up. The mindset is what fucks you up as far as your own value, and it would fuck you up with overvaluing these women and making all the wrong little decisions. You guys are always focusing on these big things that you can't change, or at least can't change immediately, while you're making like 100 micro mistakes, bro. That's what I'm noticing, that pattern. It's like guys are worrying about shit like their height, worrying about shit like their income, worrying about shit like their looks, worrying about shit like their physique. It's like these are all things you either can't change at all, or are gonna take a long period of time, dedication, work, ethic, and self-discipline to change. But yet the little shit like stop putting that type of information in your bio, you're making those type of mistakes every day. You're making 11 of those mistakes. But yet you're only focusing on these 3 or 4 things that you can't change that are major. You guys gotta think smarter, bro. You guys gotta be smarter than that. And I get it. A lot of it you don't understand this stuff. You weren't looking at it that way. You weren't thinking it that way. But I'm explaining it to you. Women are literally sitting there looking at a plethora of options, and what they're trying to do is eliminate it. They're looking at fucking 50 matches a day thinking, all right, this is overload. How do I just narrow it down to the 5 guys I'm willing to give some attention to? So when you put shit like that in there, it makes it an easy disqualification is what I'm trying to tell you. If a girl doesn't like smokers, she'd be like, oh, take them off right away. Take them off right away. She's not gonna even give you the time of day because she already has 49 other guys to try to eliminate from. So stop putting things that eliminate you guys. Stop. It's unnecessary. Let her find that out by actually being on a date with you. Don't let her find that out from just simply reading something from her phone. These bitches are lazy as it is, bro. Okay, so another thing that guys have been trying to do lately that I notice, and I see it in the profile. I'm gonna get to examples of it in profiles, but I'm just gonna throw the concept out. A lot of times guys are like, oh, these young girls, I have difficulty with these young girls, or this young girl played me, or blah, 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 blah. So I'm looking for girls that are a little bit older. I want girls that are more mature, like girls that are like over 35 and da-da-da-da. And it's like, Okay, you have experience with girls that are over 35? Oh no, I usually date girls this age, but it doesn't work well. So what you're doing now is really small thinking. Because you never learned how to deal with one particular type of chick, right? You're just assuming that the opposite of that somehow is gonna give you better results, but without actually trying that and getting experience with that. You're just assuming it's gonna be better for you because you failed with something that was different. For example, oh, I'm tired of these broke chicks or these chicks that hustle guys for money, so I'm looking for a woman that has her own money. I'm looking for a woman that has her own money but didn't get it from a divorce and that worked for her own money. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for because these girls out here are always trying to finesse me and always trying to take my money and hustle me, so that's the same thing. You're doing the same thing. What happened was you never learned how to deal with this type of chick, so you're assuming you're magically gonna have better results with a chick that's opposite to her. No, dumbass. Women all have their complications. They all have their bag of fucking worms. They all have their difficulties to deal with. So you'll just be exchanging one bag of problems you don't know how to deal with for another set of problems you also do not know the fuck how to deal with. Stop making assumptions based on nothing. That's what you're doing. You're saying, oh, I've had a hard time with tall girls, so I'm gonna start dating short girls. No, motherfucker, you're gonna have different problems with them. So what I'm trying to say is, decide based on what you like. Decide based on what you're attracted to, organically, naturally, authentically, and then figure out how to deal with that woman. Stop being lazy, stop giving up, and figure out what the fuck you're doing wrong and how to relate to that woman to get the results you want. You can deal with gold diggers and get what you want without giving them what they want. It just requires, skill, game, and experience with that type of woman. Which is why guys can ask me, Ayindei, how do you deal with strippers? Ayindei, how do you deal with this? Because I know how. The thing is they're gonna be more or less of a headache for you. There are certain guys that they're in a position to better deal with those type of girls. Other guys, it's like, bro, that's going to be even more work for you, right? So like this particular guy is thinking he's going to deal with chicks that have their own money and somehow that's going to be better than the failure he's been having with chicks that are trying to hustle him for money. No, it's just going to be a different set of challenges. All right, guys? So stop trying to avoid one set of challenges, assuming another set of challenges doesn't exist. That's not the way it works. Decide what it is that you organically want and then figure out how to tame that beast, how to hunt that animal, how to trap and catch, kill, and eat that particular animal. All right? Let me see if there's anything else in here that he was doing. Let's see what else is here. Sorry, guys. There's just so much shit in here. I'm trying to so many different guys. All right, so there's another profile here that I wanted to look at real quick. But overall, guys, I just want you to know that all these things can be adjusted. You can get better results. I'm not saying give up on dating apps completely. I'm not saying rely on dating apps, because that's another thing you guys be doing. You hear what you want to hear, and you hear shit wrong. I have so many guys telling me, oh, I don't have dating apps anymore because you told me that dating apps aren't the way to go. And it's like, I never said that. I said stop relying on dating apps and thinking that you can't meet women in every other way. What I said was, you're not gonna have the advantage on dating apps. You're thinking that because there's no risk in dating apps. There's no failure. There's failure, sorry. There's no rejection to your face. So what it is that guys are resorting to dating apps to avoid rejection in person. It's like, that's a cope. What the fuck are you doing? You're not helping yourself with that. And then all you're doing is just entering into another numbers game. Well, cold approaching is also a numbers game. DMing women is also a numbers game. Being set up on a blind date is also a numbers game. When you're dealing with women, it's always going to be a numbers game unless it's an arranged marriage. That's the only scenario where it's not a numbers game, is arranged marriage or paying for some box. That's it. Those two things, those are the only guarantees. Everything else is a numbers game. So I never told anybody to delete their dating apps. That's not what I said, bro. Just like I never told anybody don't DM girls. I said don't tell me that the only way to talk to girls is online nowadays. That's the argument that I had. Guys over here talking about in person is dead. Nowadays everything's the internet. And it's like, what you just said fundamentally contradicts itself, dumbass. because whatever would be your competition or your reason for failure or whatever, talking to girls in person, that's maximized online. If you DM a girl, anybody in the world could also DM that same girl. So how do you have an advantage DMing her when anybody can DM her? How do you have an advantage swiping on Tinder when anybody can swipe on Tinder? The advantage that you have is talking to a girl in person, because for that moment, you have her undivided attention. If she's not interested, she's not interested. But at least for that moment in time, you're the only person talking to her. Even if she was in her phone on Tinder / Instagram at the same damn time, even if she had a split screen on her fucking phone and had 5 apps open at the same time with guys trying to talk to her, for that moment she has to stop what she's doing, look you in the eye, and respond to you. So you have her undivided. That's the point I was trying to make. But you guys keep trying to find excuses to support your justification for why you shouldn't apply yourself or make better decisions. All right, so I'm pretty much going to leave it there, because if you didn't get the point of what I'm trying to make, then God bless you. Anyhow, you guys are making micro mistakes. Email me if you want to fix your fucking shit to the best of your ability. Let me put it to you like this. Let me put it real fucking simple so there's no misunderstanding of what I'm saying. If you want to maximize your personal potential on dating apps, email me for a one-on-one consult. I will review your shit and tell you all of the micro things that you can change in the now that will give you personally, okay, you as in your motherfucking social security number, like you as an individual, the best shot that you have on Tinder, Bumble, fucking Match, Hinge, Seeking Arrangements, POF, or whatever the fuck you're using, right? That's what I can do for you. I'm not telling you that I'm gonna make you get the results that Giga Chad gets. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you better results than you were getting. I'm gonna get you the maximum results that you can get with what you're working with right now in the short term. What you can do to improve your shit in the long term, we can also talk about that. That's up to you. I can help you with both. I'm fucking out of here, guys. Peace.